On behalf of BSE IPF, this is the fifth video in our union budget series. In this particular video, we would see what exactly fiscal deficit is, how impactful this number can be on a central government. So when we are talking about fiscal deficit, it is nothing but the amount that a government needs to borrow to meet its financial requirements for a particular year. If the number is high, the borrowing percentage would be higher for that particular country for that particular financial year. So let us see what is the number this particular budget has been projected. So the estimated, so this is budget estimation. During last budget, they have framed the fiscal deficit would be around 3.5%, or in rupee terms it is 7,96,337 crores. This was the number which was projected or estimated by the budget during last budget. But during this particular year, as we all know, the situation was very tough for everyone, and similarly the situation is tough for our government also. For that reason, and we all know what was the total receipt, 34,50,305. that is what you are seeing it here. But we have to remove this borrowing part from our calculations when we are talking about fiscal deficit. So in that regards, I have to see my actual requirements are almost 18,48,655. So my borrowing needs are almost 9.5%. Earlier I have estimated only 3.5% as fiscal deficit. It has increased by 6% to 9.5%. So fiscal deficit has increased. This is a expected thing to everyone, because it is the central government's responsibility to revive the economy. So for that reason, they have to borrow money and bring up various schemes to revive the economy. So along with this number, they have also estimated that next year we would borrow much lesser amount than current estimated revised value. So that would be somewhere around 6.8%. So the point is that whenever the government was required to borrow money, they have done that, and whenever they have an option to tighten the screw, they are also ready to do that. Let us see how the fiscal deficit trend was for our central government. So when we are looking at the deficit trends, so we are talking about fiscal deficit. So this brown line from 2011-12, constantly our fiscal deficit was coming down. Till 2018-19 it was 3.4, 4.6 was previous year, and now as we have seen earlier in the numbers, the projection or revised estimation is 9.5, but this would be coming down to 6.8%. So as a market, as an individual person, I am happy to see this estimated number, because the need was to revive the market, and we are seeing a slight change in the growth, and the numbers which market is projecting, the projection is GDP for 21-22 is being projected as 22 lakhs 28 it is 2 crores 22 lakhs 87,379 crores, and an assumption of 14.4% over previous year's GDP number. So this 14.4%, your actual growth is somewhere 11%. That is what is being expected, and that is what even global economies are expecting about Indian growth. And if we remove the inflation number 3.4, 3.5, so out of this 14.4%, if I remove 3.4%, so my actual growth I am speaking about is 11%, which is substantial. So growth is always going to follow Indian economy. It is the step which was taken by Indian government would be considered one of the strongest step taken, and for this fiscal deficit, this is a step taken by government at a difficult time for a country. Now, as an individual person, we should understand how this fiscal deficit is being a solution, how to factor this fiscal deficit. So in order to compensate this 9.5%, they have to borrow money from internal sources, they have to borrow money from external sources, or there is a third way of finding a solution is deficit financing. So when I am talking about deficit financing, in order to recover or in order to fulfill this amount, many countries are printing currencies. So India is one of the country which is not printing currencies to meet or fulfill its fiscal deficit. The implications are totally out of purview of this particular video, but the point is that fiscal deficit is a huge number, and any central government would not want fiscal deficit to be as high as we are seeing at this point of time. But as we have seen the trends, as and when the country has been growing, the fiscal numbers have been monitored or managed very well by our central government. So this is an important information, or this is an important information for individuals like us to see and see the efficiency of our government to manage revenues and expenditures in a proper way, receipts and expenditures in a proper way, so that this fiscal deficit is being managed properly, or even if we don't have deficits, that would be much more appreciated by in economy. Hopefully you have understood what is fiscal deficit. Let us go with a separate topic in our next video. Thank you friends, thank you for watching this video.